Has Studio Bones finally arrived? Up, Whitey Nerdigans. This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for My Hero Academia, aka Boku no Hero Academia, Season 3, Episode 10, aka Episode 48, titled Symbol of Peace. And going into this episode, something that I'm really concerned about is something that happened a few weeks ago, and this was right after, we had the My Hero episode, which was, we had basically like a one step forward, few steps back kind of thing. I feel like that's going to happen here. I don't know. I just got this really bad feeling it's going to happen, and I don't want it to happen. Because, man, I've been spoiled this week. I got spoiled by David Productions with Captain Tsubasa 2018, and I was so surprised that I got spoiled by Studio Pierrot this week, but I fucking did. Black Clover this week was the best episode of Black Clover this season, so Studio Bones, you really got to step it up for me to, like, at least take you out of the overrated slot. Anyway, I got my bag of popcorn ready. I'm ready to be blown away. Without further ado, let's get to this live reaction. So, after the intro, we get a little bit of a recap, mainly of, All Might coming in and shit. And I think that's fine. That was completely fine. Like around the 2-minute 50-second mark, we start with chapter 89's adaptation of the manga. And, alright, let's get to chapter 89's adaptation now. Ooh, the animation is real. When they're getting whisked away, when the villains are getting whisked away, it looks so fucking cool. This is like how it was last week. I love the close-up of All Might's face too. It's beautiful, and it's oh man. Oh man, All Might doing that Oklahoma smash was just fucking cool. Oh my god. Ooh, but this, there was a line change here, and I really don't like it, which was basically they said, that's an easy way of doing things, instead of just level the whole building, why don't ya? Like, what the fuck? I just did not understand that. Alright, let's keep going here. Alright, I got a problem with Endeavor's animation here. I really do, and even though, unlike with what Studio Pierrot did a while back, where the fire really did not look like fire, it really did not. It was bad. And Endeavor's fire looks like fire, but on Endeavor's design itself, the fire on him, there is not enough line work. It looks bad. I really fucking hate it. And you could really see it at the 3-minute 51-second mark, where it really just, you could see the lack of line work there. And that's something that was one reason why when we did get fire in Black Clover, why it didn't look like fire so much, was because of lack of line work. This is a very similar case. I don't like that there's not that much line work, and I don't like, it's just driving me goddamn nuts. And I feel like Studio Bones could do so much better than this. I know they can. I know they can, and it really makes me mad when I see shit like this and people telling me that this is the best goddamn anime of spring 2018, which I'm sorry, this is not. I still think Captain Tsubasa, for a manga to anime adaptation, Captain Tsubasa 2018 is still the goddamn best anime of the season, because what they're doing, or what David Productions is doing, is taking the original content from the manga and the character designs. They enhanced it and made it look beautiful, and I wish that Studio Bones was doing the same thing with Endeavor. And and I'm not an Endeavor fan. It's just, I just wish they would do that not only with Endeavor but with their other characters as well. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way or not, but anyway, let's keep going here. I will say this, I do like the placement of the title card, because it's a perfect way to transition into the next scene. So this was nice, Studio Bones, I will give you that. But goddamn, I really can't stand that lack of line work on Endeavor. It's driving me nuts. But I will say this, All Might looked fucking badass right before the title card. That looked really cool. I will give you that, Studio Bones. Man, I gotta give it to you, Studio Bones. Best Jeanist' animation looks so fucking good. It looks fantastic. I love the look of fear that's in his eyes. It's just, you captured it really, really nicely. Oh my god! Oh my freaking god! When Jeanist is getting up with his fibers. Oh my god. And Jeanist is like, I'm not gonna give up because this is not what a top hero would do. I don't give a fuck if the odds are in my favor or not. When he's getting up with his threads and he's launching his attack at All For One, and he got shot in the goddamn stomach by All For One. Oh my god, that was beautiful. And I love that we got blood coming, we got blood gushing. Oh my god, thank you, Studio Bones, because that has been a huge problem in a lot of action anime lately, is where they've been very, they've been censoring a lot of blood. And this is a good thing that they're not doing that this time. I'm very, very proud of you, Studio Bones. Oh, this opera! Oh, I fucking love it. I love that we've been mainly, like, since the scene started, it's been mainly silent. And then when All For One is going into his monologue here, after he beat up Jeanist, we get this beautiful opera track. Way to step it up on your soundtrack game, Studio Bones. And how we get in everybody's reaction, like Todoriki and Momo and Kirishima and, oh my god. Oh my god, their reactions are just, oh my god, what? And Ida, I don't know why I forgot Ida's name for a second. And Ida's reactions are animated beautifully, and it's so perfect with the opera going on in the background. I fucking love it. But something I really wish they had, this was similar to what we had last week. I wish we would have had the red. That would have just been so goddamn cool. Or at least a different color to show that fear that they were having. It's just, I feel kind of let down. I don't know if anyone else does, but I feel let down, because if there would have been like the red that, you know, that red we saw last week when we saw their reactions, how just like more dramatic it made it and how like more effective it made the fear. I wish we kind of had that here as well. Like you could have done like a blue or a purple or something. I would have liked the red again because the red looked really cool. But you could have done something else, Studio Bones. This is kind of a letdown for me. Where's the okay? This stuff stinks should have been right here when Bakugo appeared. But I'm so happy I get to see my man this week. I love when I get to see my manga mans in anime. Or now I got to see my manga husband in Black Clover, and I get to see my manga mans in or you know, my best boy. He's not grown up yet. I get to see Misaki Taro in Captain Tsubasa animated. Oh my god, Misaki Taro is like the best character ever. Captain Tsubasa, I love him so much. But now I get to see my Bakugo. This has been a good week for me. There it is! There's the red I was looking for! Finally! At least we got some red. Oh, this music leading... Oh my god, this music leading up to All Might showing up. Oh! The soundtrack game is just being stepped up. Animation game... So far, because we're finishing up Chapter 89 and going into Chapter 90's adaptation, I will say this, I have been very underwhelmed. I'm really underwhelmed right now. Because compared to what I saw last week, the creativity I saw last week, I'm not seeing it here. And it's really, minus the soundtrack. The soundtrack has been really good. But I'm not seeing it yet. I'm not seeing why everyone is saying this episode is so fucking great. I'm not seeing it yet, but I think we're gonna see it with Chapter 90's adaptation. But overall, with Chapter 89's adaptation, writing minus that couple lines, we're fine. And I will say this, Twice did say that something stinks. I like that at least that was there. I wish Bakugo would have said it. What's the other thing I want to mention? I just am so disappointed with the animation so far this week. I really am, because I feel like... Here's the thing that I feel like Studio Bones is doing, and it's really pissing me off, is that they're like, oh, we don't need to appease them. We can just give them, like, one beautiful episode, or, like, part of a beautiful episode, and then, you know, the fans are satisfied. That might work with the My Hero Academia fan base, but that don't work with me, Studio Bones. That does not work with me at all. But anyway, I had to get that point across. But let's see where we're starting chapter 90's adaptation at. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let me just make sure I'm at the right time. Oh! That 8-minute, 37-second mark right there. Oh! That's what I want! I want more of that! You better be giving more of that shit during this fight, Studio Bones. Because I'm going to tell you right now, something that David Productions did, and this was in the clash between Tsubasa and Wakabayashi. They did all this beautiful type of, oh my god, the animation they did for especially the final clash between Wakabayashi and Tsubasa. Oh my god, you need to watch it. It's so beautiful. It's what I want Studio Bones to do here. And if they do not do that, at least at some point in this fight, I'm going to be so mad. But god, 8-minute 37-second mark is looking promising. You better not be teasing me, Studio Bones. So right after the commercial, we get into chapter 90's adaptation of the manga. And, oh god, I'm just hoping we get the same quality of animation throughout the rest of this episode, or I'm going to be mad. Okay, where's the "what took you so long"? I'm still waiting for this line, and I do not see it. It's supposed to be in that first clash. Like, what the fuck? What was it? Ah, there it is. It's after the clash that we get you're pretty late, or, you know, what took you so long. So, okay, I will give you a pass on this, Studio Bones. I will. All for One's attack! It's his fucking air cannon. Holy shit! I will say this though about the air cannon. I don't think Studio Bones pushed it enough. I'm gonna rewatch this and I'll tell you again because I gotta get over my initial like woo amazingness. Just give me a sec. Okay. And this is at the about the 10-minute mark, a little bit before that. I only got. You know what? I will say this. It actually looks good. I think they did a good job on this one. I thought I was going to say they didn't do enough with like the lightning and the cracking and shit, but they did enough. It would have been cool if there was a little more, but you know what? I'll say that they did enough here. It looks good. Okay, something I am annoyed about is like if you look in the manga, and this is in chapter 89 or chapter 90. And you look when Bakugo's when he's screaming for All Might, he's like reaching out to him and trying to reach out to All Might, and he has like a more desperate, wild look in his face. I don't understand why Studio Bones didn't put that in there. They just went to an aerial shot instead, and that really annoys me because it's just like, dude, I don't know what you were thinking by doing this, Studio Bones. It's just like, what the fuck? It's just annoying. Ooh, when All for One has his his nails stretch out. Oh my god, that looks so cool! Oh my god, Studio Bones! Woo! You went out of your way to do that shit. It looks beautiful. I need to ask this. Is it just me, or does it look like Shigaraki got a haircut or some shit? It looks like his hair is a little bit shorter because, like, if you look in the manga, his hair's like there's so much of it blowing in the wind, and it's just, there's not that much there. I'm just like, wait, what? But other than that, so far, this episode's really, I'm enjoying the Chapter 90's adaptation, but goddamn, like, will I say it's, I can't exactly say it's better than what I got this week from Studio Pierrot, which is really hard to believe. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Studio Pierrot did a beautiful job with Lit versus Yami this week compared to, like, you know, the previous oh my god. The first part of the Yami versus Lit fight was fucking bad. It was. The animation was no good. But this week, man, oh, it was good. I'm sorry. Right now, I cannot say that this is better than Black Clover this week. But we're only 11 minutes 33 seconds in, so we'll see if Studio Bones steps it up a little bit more. Okay, I gotta talk about this because this is just something that I've noticed for a while, and this really is making it this shot of Bakugo is really making it apparent what the problem is, and this is that I have with Studio Bones, and this is at the 11-minute 49-second mark. If you look at the manga and this is when Bakugo is saying what a pain. Look at that wild look he has in his eyes. I don't see it here. The eyes are just have this wild, desperate look in them, and I don't know, like, because like the pupil size is correct, and maybe it's because I know what it is. If Studio Bones would have put an extra line in the iris of the eye and made the iris maybe just a little bit bigger, it would have looked a lot better. It would have looked a lot more wilder. Because if you look in the manga, that's what Horikoshi does, and Bakugo has this wild look in his eyes, and it's just not here in the anime, and it's bugging me. And also, Bakugo's hair is not blowing in the right direction either, his hair is not in the right position, I should say. Because his hair is, like, that's another thing a problem-wise I have with Bakugo's animation in My Hero Academia. His hair, and I will say this, Studio Orange had this problem as well, where the hair was really, really stiff. Bakugo's hair is really goddamn stiff, and it's driving me fucking nuts. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm just a Bakugo fan, but I really don't like that we're not getting the because Bakugo's a very expressive character, and I don't feel like Studio Bones is capturing that, and it's really annoying. Like, at the 12-minute 20-second mark, it actually looks a little bit better. Well, the facial expression looks better. It does. It looks like how it's supposed to, but I'm looking at it, comparing it to the manga, and you know what? I will say it's just the hair is not falling. It's supposed to fall over the eyebrows, and it's not. And I think it's because Bakugo's hair is so stiff and it's not moving the way it's supposed to, that it's really ruining Bakugo's animation for me, and it's just, I just fucking can't stand it. Why are you ruining my favorite character right now? Stop it, Studio Bones! I really am liking it, dude. I will say this about you, Studio Bones. The animation might not be as good as it was last week, or especially at the end of last week's episode. But damn, this soundtrack is still pretty nice. You're not using as much of it, but the soundtrack is still pretty nice. Yay! We got the strategy board animated, and we got a bass guitar to boat right here. This is good. Liking this. Oh my god! Oh! Oh my god! I know that Studio Bones could have pushed this a little more. They could have taken it a little bit further. The animation could have been a little bit better. But my god, what we got was beautiful. What we got was freaking fantastic. It was for Midoriya's plan. Seeing Midoriya's plan in animation was really nice. It was. It's just killing me that they could have done more. I'm so, that's the thing that's bothering me, is if you watch the last part of last week's episode and then watch this scene, it's just like, you could have done so much more. It's just frustrating me. I can't stand that I hate that Studio Bones is doing this. And this is what, they did this the last time too, where they gave us like one scene of brilliance, and then they just took a step back. And, I can't fucking stand it. Like, why are you doing this? You are, like, teasing the hell out of me, and I fucking hate it. I will say this, though. The motion is of the fight and everything, because at the 16-minute 45-second mark, we're going into Chapter 91's adaptation. But I will say this. The motion of the fighting and everything, it looks really nice. Don't get me wrong. It's not like what we've had, like, when we've had really bad animation from Studio Pierrot where it looks stiff. Don't get me wrong, it looks great, but I just feel like Studio Bones is holding itself back again, and it's very, very frustrating, because we know they could do some beautiful stuff, but I'm probably I don't know if I'm going to be the only person that says this, where I'm in the minority, but I think Studio Bones is holding back. I don't understand why. I really don't get it. Oh my god! Yes, the Bat Lady sacrificing herself was pretty goddamn cool. And the baptism was cool, but damn, Gran Torino's, when he shows up! Oh my god, Gran Gran Torino showing up was awesome. I love it. Okay, I gotta ask this, Studio Bones. What is it with you doing the Shigaraki, like, flashbacks and, you know, that shit, like, doing some really cool animation stuff with that, animation techniques, and you're not doing this for the rest of the episode? It's driving me goddamn nuts. I just don't get it. Like, oh God, I don't get it. But, the magnetism, the force magnetism and that shit looked really goddamn cool. Do I think that Studio Bones could have done more with it? Yeah, I really do. I feel so far, I'm feeling extremely let down. But because I had this high expectation from everybody saying this was the best goddamn episode of My Hero Academia, which, I'm sorry. I was not prepared for this to be, like, to be a step back from what we had last week. Oh my God. Like, oh, I'm pushing Gran Torino and shit. This looks so cool. And, oh, it's just killing me. Like, where was this shit all episode? Again, like, the flashback looks goddamn cool. Like, or, you know what, All For One is narrating. It looks so freaking cool. It does. I really like the different color eyes. I like the city looks fucking cool. And the red backdrop, it looks awesome. And I just want to know where this was. Oh my God, it's driving me crazy. And the best part about this flashback is we have a cinematic technique. And it looks so fucking cool. Oh! What is it with you doing this shit at the end of episodes, Studio Bones? Can someone explain to me why at the end of episodes of My Hero Academia, Studio Bones decides to go all out with their animation? I just don't understand this. It's really frustrating me, and it makes me not enjoy watching My Hero Academia that much anymore. Because as much as Studio Period is a pain in the ass, I will give them props that they're all or nothing with their animation. You either get really beautiful animation or, well, there's sometimes where it's like, it's mixed. But, like, you'll get good animation or bad animation, maybe a little bit in between. But the writing is consistent. That's the one thing I will give Studio Period credit for. But with Studio Bones, it's just very frustrating to watch this because it's just like, dude, I see all this shit at the end of the episode and I wanted this earlier. Where was this earlier? Oh my God. When All Might negated that attack from fucking, from All For One, that was fucking cool. Where was this earlier? Like, I just don't get it, Studio Bones. With that punch, that final punch against All For One, it looked fucking cool. It did. But I still think Studio Bones could have done better. I really do. I think they could have done a lot better than this with their animation. And it's just disappointing the fuck out of me. So we finished off with the end of chapter 91's adaptation, and next week we're going to start with chapter 92's adaptation of the manga. And overall, like, writing was just fine. Animation was good. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say this is bad animation. It's good animation. It's just, I feel like I feel so let down, and this fight was completely underwhelming for me. Because if I compare it to like what Studio Period did this week with the Lit versus Yami fight, or what or like in the previous weeks where we had the in Captain Tsubasa when we had Tsubasa versus Wakabayashi. Like, I see that shit, and I look at, and I'm watching, and, you know, I'm thinking about it as I'm watching this, and I'm just like, Studio Bones, you could have done so much more. I feel so underwhelmed. And that really sucks, because everyone on social media has been saying that this is the best goddamn episode of My Hero Academia, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sorry, this is not this was an okay episode for me. There were some beautiful moments, but like, this episode is going to definitely be in my overrated thing over here. Because it wasn't like last week where I was blown the fuck away, especially at the end of the episode where I was blown the fuck away. I was not blown away this week. Yes, there were some parts of it where I was like, holy shit, that's cool. But it wasn't like where I was just like, or if you watched like my Black Clover live reaction for this week, or for my Captain Tsubasa reaction from last week. Even though this week I was blown away as well, but the week before when we had the final clash between Wakabayashi and Tsubasa, like I was like, whoa, I was blown the fuck away. Like there's just the animation just does not have that same oomph that it should, and it's very, very frustrating. And I feel like Studio Pierrot could have done more with the soundtrack, especially for this fight, because Studio Bones could, because look at what Studio Pierrot did for I think if I said Studio Pierrot, sorry, I meant Studio Bones. Studio Bones could do a lot more with the soundtrack for this fight, because the soundtrack, like, it was starting to get good when we had that opera going on. Like, I was like thinking, okay, maybe we're going to get something similar to what we had with Lit versus Yami, where we got like some metal going on and some hard rock going on, which would have been really fucking cool. I would have loved to have that kind of soundtrack here. Or like if you wanted to go to the orchestral route, do more like battle music that we've been getting in like Captain Tsubasa 2018. I know it's weird that a sports anime is just like whooping My Hero Academia's ass, but it really is. Very curious what you guys thought of this episode. For me, this episode, like, I was completely underwhelmed. I feel very let down. Because I just feel like Studio Bones could have done so much better, and it's just killing me. And it's the same thing with, like, and this is why I could not watch Devil's Line last week, and I had to drop it. It just drove me the fuck nuts. I couldn't make it through, like, after they fucked up my baby Lee's flashback scene. I was like, nope, I'm done. I can't do this shit anymore. But, God, I just feel like that there's could be more done here, and it just didn't happen. I feel like Studio Bones is going to pull the same shit on us, where it's like, oh, you know what? We gave you good animation for like the last part of an episode. We don't need to do that shit for a while. Let's just, because the fan base is appeased. And as I said earlier, that doesn't work with me. You can't do that shit. Because especially if you're like me and watch like beautiful manga to anime adaptations on a weekly basis, like Captain Tsubasa 2018, or I get frustrated with NHK for not stepping up with Major Second, but hopefully they're going to start doing it soon. And when you watch like Captain Tsubasa 2018 and then you watch this, it's just like, what the fuck? Fuck, if you watch this compared to Season 2, Studio Bones did a lot more with the animation. And I feel like there's just something missing from here, and it's driving me crazy. I'm very curious what you guys think. If you're going to thumbs me down for not being a fan of this episode, then go ahead and do it. I don't give a fuck. I really don't, because this is just my flat-out opinion. Anyway, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdy Kids Inc. I really want to know your guys' thoughts on this episode. Do you guys kind of feel let down? Or are you with the rest of the My Hero Academia fan base and be like, this is the best fucking thing ever? I always go against the fan base. I've been doing that lately. I've noticed that with My Hero Academia, anime and manga. I've been going a lot against the fan base, but the manga, it's different because I read Boku no Hero Academia legal, so so that's why I go a little bit against the fan base there. But in the case of the anime, I'm going against it because I've seen better manga to anime adaptations. I'm just flat saying, especially this season. Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdy Kids Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You can donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!